pumped up, and so are we for another edition of Thunder.
And they have a right to be, and so do we. Because it's a new era in World Championship Wrestling. On the heels of the shocking developments last Sunday in Sin, to the surprises and swerves on Monday Nitro, we're prepared for another unpredictable night of WCW action tonight on Thunder.
Here is the second most powerful man in World Championship Wrestling, the Commissioner, the Cat, who has drawn the line in the sand against Ric Flair and his army, his group, his thugs, whatever you want to call them, the men who have sided with Ric Flair. Of course, they control the title, the WCW World Heavyweight title.
Okay, listen up, people. I'm your commissioner along with WCW. So listen, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what everybody out there wanna do. I'm gonna clean this damn place up. You know, you got Ric Flair running around, having all his little buddy kiss up to him. You got Buff, you got the total package, you got all those chumps kissing up to Ric Flair. But I'm a commissioner, and you can't keep me down. And I'm gonna tell you what, you can't keep a great man down just like you can't keep Goldberg down.
Well, unfortunately.
And you got these, you know, these two guys make me so sick, man. You got these two guys running around thinking they the end of Goldberg's career, and we know, hey, I tell you what, if they was out here right now, I'll rip them apart myself.
Well, he's talking about Luger and Bagwell.
I got all you people behind me. I hate these two guys. But right now, as commissioner, I'm not just a commissioner to give out rules. I'm telling you, I'm a fighting commissioner. If I had to kick everybody's ass back there, I'm gonna kick everybody's ass into shape.
He can do it.
So I'll tell you what, Buff, total package, you guys ain't doing anything. You're not gonna ruin this show. You're gonna listen to Ric Flair, but you're gonna also listen to me. Because I tell you what, I got the power too.
And he's going to get an answer from the team of Totally Buffed. As Ms. Jones looks on, here comes the total package and Buff Bagwell. What a revolting show that they put on Monday night after Goldberg's career ended on Sunday.
You got a big, ugly, stupid-looking mouth, don't you? You have got to be kidding, Totally Buffed. You're in charge of us. Main event, brother. You're looking at the total package Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell. And by the way, we took Goldberg down. Tasted everybody.
Yeah, along with the mastermind, Ric Flair.
Exactly.
Hey, I'll tell you two guys what. I'm gonna tell you two guys this for everybody in here. Shut the hell up.
You know what, Cat? You're not the boss around here, even though you think you are. You're second in line. Ric Flair's the president, and he's the boss around here. But if you keep on running your yap right now here with Totally Buff, the same thing is gonna happen to you that happened to Goldberg at Sin.
I'll tell you what, bring it on then, because I'm not afraid of you two guys. I'm not afraid of you two guys because I got these people behind me, and every time you get me up, they gonna get me down, and I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna whoop somebody.
He just told him to bring it
You
on.
know what, Cat?
How smart can this be, though?
You know what? We can just do this right now. We'll knock your teeth right down your throat. How about that?
No.
Come on, Gilligan.
The Cat is ready.
You learned a lesson, my man.
The Cat is ready, and he's going to be taught a lesson. Oh!
That stopped them in their tracks, and here comes Chronic.
Right out of the Brian Clark. Look at Buff. Oh, the total package. They've come in just like they did on Sunday night. We saw the handshake on Monday. They formed an alliance. They believe in the Cat.
Oh, now on the receiving end of that shot from the Cat, and we see Totally Buff in retreat.
The Commissioner has some backup, just like the boss Ric Flair has. And away, running away, goes Totally Buffed.
The battle lines have been drawn in World Championship Wrestling.
And we're just beginning Thunder.
Hey, before you go, guys, you didn't let me finish before you rudely interrupted me.
Now what?
You two guys now just brought your way into the biggest match of your life. You got these two guys right here tonight on TV. Yeah, I have spoken.
And he's the commissioner.
I need to dance. Watch me dance.
He's going to do a little dance with Miss Jones as Adams and Clark look on. Chronic, totally buffed, coming up tonight on TBS. Stay with us.
Yes, the commissioner has spoken. The Cat making that match for later tonight. Chronic against Totally Buff, but that's not all, Tony, because in addition, we are going to have a hardcore matchup. Just got word from the back. Meng defending that hardcore title against Bam Bam Bigelow, and I think there's a little bit of payback on the mind of the commissioner.
Well, on Monday, Bam Bam Bigelow faced the commissioner, trying to win some praise, win his way into Ric Flair's team, and of course, the commissioner prevailed in that matchup, so a little bit of payback. Hardcore, Bam Bam and Meng.
Check this look on the face of Wee Wee. Looks like he's all business. Is this Wee Wee or is this Angry Alan?
Let me tell you something, Ric Flair and WCW. I'm angry. You don't want me part of your group. Well, let me tell you what, Flair. As you can see, I'm all man. I'm all man. And when I'm in this ring, I own this ring. So Flair, you're making a big mistake not asking me to be in your new WCW group.
He wants to prove himself to Flair.
As I said, I own this ring and I'm all man. So what I'm gonna do is issue a challenge to anybody in the back. Because I'm the king of this ring and I'm all man.
Is that a good idea?
I don't know. How smart can that be?
Somebody is going to answer the challenge as the music hits here. And Angry Alan, oh no!
Oh! Speaking of all man, here comes the dog-faced gremlin. He returned Monday on Nitro, and Rick Steiner. Check the look on the face of Steiner. I think he's looking forward to this.
He has sided himself with DDP, with Kevin Nash, with the commissioner, and you want a guy who's willing to fight. One of the toughest. Look at that!
Wee Wee not backing down, and that could be a mistake.
But he's backing down now. This is one of the
he's having
toughest.
Second thoughts?
I think so. One of the toughest men, Mike. You know it. I've known him for years in any sport. I mean, this guy. I mean, when he's not in the ring.
Come on! You're all man!
Look at this.
You're really enjoying this, aren't you? You're getting a kick out of this.
There is nothing like seeing Rick Steiner decimate somebody. Now, let's see if Wee Wee, or Angry Alan, if you will, can live up to his own billing.
That's the question. Sends him out to the floor. Now trying to follow it up. Of course, remember the battles between Rick Steiner, his brother, the world's heavyweight champion, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, and he just sent Wee Wee airborne back first into the steel rail.
That is all man right there, and Wee Wee took flight. He looks over to the broadcast table. One thing about Rick Steiner, too, is he's so unpredictable, you never know what he's going to do next. I mean, he's always been a very different type guy. I mean, at one time, look at this.
Yeah, Wee Wee, be careful. For what you ask for, you just may get it, and right now, you are getting it.
He's always been a strange breed of dog. He used to wear different color boots to the ring.
I don't think he ever knew, did he?
And that was the key. I don't think he ever knew they were.
What impact with that Steiner line.
The Steiner line, and that's the originator right there. And they're barking here at Fort Wayne, Indiana. 1, 2. He is back in WCW. 1, 2.
Look at that. Wee Wee's having a difficult time even budging Rick Steiner.
And he's enjoying it. He's getting a kick out of it. The match still continues. He has aligned himself against Ric Flair. And that's the key, because his brother, the world champ, is on the other side.
And do you think that his brother, Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, is watching this?
Well, we saw the reaction on Monday when Steiner walked out behind Kevin Nash. And then
he hit him so hard that time, he might even give him a good hair knee.
You want to do this?
I doubt that. Well, here comes Wee Wee. Finger in the eye, gouge him in the eyes. Well, made him take a step back, but that was all.
You gotta be a man to be on the team. You wanna be on Flair's
in his face. You want to be in Flair's team? That's what he said to him, and then he slapped him.
Yeah, he's punishing him for wanting to be on Ric Flair's team. This has been a downright assault, but we have seen it so many times throughout the years. Rick Steiner has, and here comes Kwee-Wee. For all he's worth, you got to give him a lot of credit. He is fighting Rick Steiner. He comes down the middle rope with a springboard.
Out of nowhere.
Only got a 1 count that time. Oh, and he's caught in midair.
Caught him with the bear hug. Where's he going to take him?
He T-boned him over the top. That would flatten his hair on any day. And may have broken his neck to boot. Angry Allen is in trouble, and you can see Paisley obviously concerned. My goodness.
Even the concern on referee Billy Silverman's face, trying to control him.
He doesn't want to get too close, apparently. Oh, the dog's on the prowl. He's fighting Paisley. He's on all fours.
Do we have a towel that we can give Paisley to toss in?
Towel to toss in, you better run to the back. Rick Steiner's on the hunt, and he loves to hunt if you know anything about him.
Turning his attention away from Kwee-Wee. That could be a mistake, at least momentarily. The left hand from Kwee-Wee. Not much effect, though.
He completely ignored that shot.
Nothing.
Here comes Kwee-Wee back. You got to give Kwee-Wee a lot of credit. He may look bizarre, but the man is the fighter. Angry Allen is coming to fight. He's cutting the back. Now look at the
Just measured him. And he knocked him out with that one right-hand shot.
Yes, Paisley, you're looking at a man's man. There's no finesse about a Rick Steiner. It is straight on, suplex, clinch fist, release German suplex over the top. What's he gonna do now?
Anything that he wants to.
Well, he barks and he points.
Who's gonna stop him?
Kind of like a bird dog. Up on top. And
Patented bulldog.
the bulldog for the dog face gremlin. This should wrap it up. It was only a matter of when. As Rick Steiner rumbles right back into WCW and picks up where he left off.
Oh, he's back all right. The dog-faced gremlin has returned to WCW with a vengeance. Take note, brother Scott.
I guess your audition is over. Flair, two things. You want some? Come get some. You don't like me?
No matter what happens, he will always be the big brother of the world champion, Scott Steiner. He is a man's man, and you gotta feel that Flair and his troops are shaking in their boots right now.
We take another look at the conclusion of this impromptu matchup. Kwee-Wee asked for this, and yes, he got it. The bulldog, the hook of the leg, the 3 count. The dog-faced gremlin is back in WCW.
Still to come, totally buffed against Chronic on this telecast. But coming up next, a hardcore war.
Don't call somebody out if you ain't ready to pay the price.
Welcome back to TBS Thunder. We are having a great time, and I say that because, Mike, there's no question as an announced team, Scott and I on Monday and you and I here on Wednesday, we're enjoying the action that we're seeing. But it's kind of a double-edged sword because we all feel an empty void. Feel that void because Goldberg is no longer a part of WCW. And we feel that because of the way it all went down.
Yeah, it all went down this past Sunday at Sin. And as we all found out at the end of the night, all the master plan of the boss, Ric Flair. What a revelation that was that Flair was behind it as we see the beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow, make his way to the ring. Remember on Nitro when Bigelow was approached by Lex Luger and Buck Bagwell about joining Team Flair. They sent him out against the Cat, and the Cat, well, I think the Cat had a little payback in mind when he booked this matchup tonight because Bigelow is set to go one-on-one with the monster from the Tongan Islands, Meng.
The beast from the East and the legitimate beast. A reminder, we will not be on the air this coming Monday on Nitro on TNT, our sister network, but we will be on the air the following day, this coming Tuesday, January 23rd at 8 p.m. This coming Monday on TNT, The Pretender 2001 will air. And here comes the hardcore champion. Everything about Meng is hard. His fists, his arms, his chest, his head. And he was deemed the champion, won the title on Sunday night.
It was wild and out of control Sunday at Sin when Meng emerged from that three-way dance against Crowbar and Terry Funk to capture the hardcore title, and Bigelow, not even waiting for the opening bell, is on the attack, and that's probably good strategy against Meng. Can't even, look at that, Meng can't even get the title belt off.
Bam Bam Bigelow with a forearm shot staggered Meng, and he hurt it. That's what we were talking about, how solid Meng is. He hurt his own forearm that time, and Meng, with a headbutt, staggers Bam Bam back towards the ring apron.
Yeah, note to self, change strategy. Do not hit Meng in the head.
Oh. This is a hardcore struggle, and you want to know how dangerous a match is, just ask Sid Vicious and what happened on Sunday. That was the most horrific injury we have ever seen, Mike, since I've been covering pro wrestling.
Yes, I still can't believe the footage that we showed Monday on Nitro. And Bam Bam Bigelow just crowned Meng with that steel chair to the head. And he shook it off.
Remember Sunday? How many more blows to a human head can a man take?
Repeatedly, both Terry Funk and Crowbar hit him in the head with the steel chairs. What did it take, 20 shots before he finally went down?
Every bit of it. Here comes Bam Bam Bigelow firing back on Meng. Meng is much like a Rick Steiner. You cannot hurt him. You can beat on him. You can try to wear him down, but in the end, you're not going to hurt the man.
No,
Let the bucket get out! My goodness, what are they doing? This is what you call being in the fray. But Meng, through all of that, is on his feet. Meng did not go down for that last chair shot. I think, oh no, that's steel. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? No! Oh. Man, oh man, we love being at ringside, Mike, but that sometimes you can be a little too close to the action.
Who was that got me? I think that was Meng's leg as I was trying to get out of the way that knocked me out of the chair, knocked the headsets off.
If it felt like a steel ring post, it was Meng's leg. And he's choking the man over the edge of the steel chair. Right. Did I say chair? I meant steel steps. But doesn't matter.
No.
Over the cold steel. Unbelievable. You could feel the intensity of these two men when they were that close.
That's the key, Tony. We're not even in the heat of the battle yet. It's not even safe for us out here. Look at that.
Oh, Mike's got an injury. Workman's comp.
Oh! My combat pay.
Oh! He threw the steel steps across the knees of Meng, which is a great strategy if you think about it. He's not been able to knock him out with a chair. What do? Take the wheels out from under Meng, right?
Why not?
Go to the knees. But Meng still gets up. Still gets up.
Finally got him down. Single leg took him down. And now what do you do with him?
It's like trying to wrestle a Humvee. What do you do with it? It's going to run over you. Oh, look at this. Amazing. You hear the fans chanting Goldberg's name.
Yeah, they can chant all they want, but it's just not going to happen.
It's only the memories we got left now.
I still don't believe that.
That's hard to fathom. What an unbelievable turn of events. Speaking of unbelievable, Meng is in dire straits now. Bigelow's got him. Oh. Once again, Bigelow, very sound strategy here. Take the legs out from underneath the monster.
This is a different type of hardcore match than we're used to seeing as we see Bigelow continue to focus his attack on the legs, the knees of Meng.
It's a tougher type match, almost a tough man match. who can find the most inventive way to beat your man down.
Yeah, they're not really relying on weapons like we normally see.
Who can withstand the most punishment.
Turned into a hardcore war.
The impact of that one amazing, and down it goes Meng. Meng goes down, and I think that was a result of all the blows the legs had taken. Bam Bam steps on the back of the knee, and Bam Bam goes to the knee once again.
300 plus pounds just dropping down on the knee and leg of Meng.
I mentioned at Sin on Sunday night that Meng, may have lost many wrestling matches throughout his career, but he's never lost a fight, and he is in a fight right now for the hardcore title. You're looking at the torque put on that leg, that ankle by Bigelow, the best from the East, using his weight right now, Mike, for his advantage.
Again, dropping down on the leg with the splash, and Bigelow has Meng in trouble.
Oh! DDP'd him down. This fight we're seeing indicative of the battles we are seeing raging across WCW. Everybody's in a fight. He went for the tongue and death grip and he blocked it. And he's got another one on.
He didn't block that. He's got him up.
He's got him
I
up.
don't believe it. 400 pounds. Scoop and a slam by Meng.
And Meng's going up, something new for Meng.
What?
A scoop and a slam.
To the top.
Now Meng from the top. The big man. Oh,
Frog splash.
it's over. 330 pounds in a frog splash. Meng is still the WCW Hardcore Champion, and he won that in a very different style here on Thunder.
Just when you think you've seen it all, you see Meng come up with a new strategy, and he needed it to knock off the beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow, and retain the WCW Hardcore title.
There is your champion.
What a battle that was!
Who can overcome this monster?
We take another look as we see the attempt at the Tongan death grip. It was blocked momentarily by Bigelow, but then Meng caught him with the other hand, picked him up, scooped him, and drove the 400-pounder down to the mat. From that point, Meng showing something that we hadn't seen before. The new strategy, there's the frog splash, the ensuing 3 count. He's still the hardcore champion. Who's gonna stop Meng?
What a battle this was. And Meng wins again. After absorbing many blows with a steel chair to the head. More coming right back on TBS.
Yes, for you. For me. Who's this from? What is this? Dear Norman, please know that if you should ever need me, that I will always have your back. Glacier! Look what he sent me. He's going to be here to protect me. Yes, that means I can do anything I want. All right.
Come on, Mike. It's not that bad. Come on.
Oh, man.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man, but the animals did this to me. How are we gonna let them get away with this,
They're
Lance?
not getting away with it. They'll get theirs. It's a good haircut. Don't worry about it.
Mike, you don't like it. I love it.
Yeah, but
Looks
the
great.
animals, the animals that did it, though. I didn't do it myself. The animals did
They'll get
it.
theirs,
Don't worry
Mike.
about it.
They'll
We
get
got it.
theirs. Don't worry about it.
Night's our night.
This ain't over.
Well, I said we beat the heck out of them.
We're back with you on TNT, or TBS and WCW Thunder. Snow coming down here in northern Indiana, and the limousine is pulled up, and you know what, Mike? I just have a sneaking feeling
Who do you think it is?
that this may be the man in charge of this company. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that same feeling. Check out the eye candy.
Ladies, how you doing?
Oh, look at this.
There it is.
What's up, man? How are you, brother? How are you? Where's the champ at? Champ, come on, champ. I told you. You don't have to work tonight. No work tonight. It's all playtime, Adesha. All playtime. It's all for the good. Champ's got to have some recreation. All right, man. You still got my food, baby. Hey, if you get tired, animal on room 410. 410? Yeah. Okay. All right. Go take care of the champ.
What a crew. Flair, Animal, and the world champion Big Papa Pump. Get your Jeff Jarrett Choke on that Slapnuts t-shirt by logging on to WCWGear.com. Calling 1-800-929-8661. Ric Flair knows how to make an entrance in style. He will always be the nature boy Ric Flair. But I think back, and even though we've always enjoyed Flair's entrances, I think back to what he did Monday night. More than that, the exclusive footage we saw Monday night from after the event on Sunday, what he orchestrated at the expense of Goldberg's career.
Not only the expense of Goldberg's career, but also Diamond Dallas Page and Kevin Nash losing the tag team titles. He masterminded the whole plan Sunday at Sin, and yes, the boss has arrived tonight at Thunder. He's got Road Warrior Animal, he's got the flagship of WCW, and Ric Flair is still styling and profiling.
Fans, we're taking WCW Thunder to the next level. I want you to be a part of it. During Thunder, log on to TBSSuperstation.com and click on Enhanced TBS to find an explosive, synchronized experience that takes you closer to the wrestling action than ever before. Get the latest scoop on all the wrestlers, chat with other WCW fans, and play cool interactive games while taking in all the action of Thunder. Enhanced TBS on Superstation.com. Tune in, log on, interact. It's just like being there.
As we see the Harris brothers make their way to the ring, Big Ron Harris embarking on a singles career after years as a tag team competitor with his twin brother, of course, due to the injury that Heavy D suffered last week. Meng's Tongan death grip causing several ruptured vertebrae, forcing him to wear that hard cervical collar. And as we heard earlier, Heavy D, Don Harris, that man may never wrestle again under doctor's orders.
Wow, that is a shame because these guys are as tough as they come. And of course, the autograph and the memo or the note that that Screaming Norman got from Glacier gave him the courage to, I guess I shouldn't say that because Norman has plenty of courage, but it gave you the motivation, I guess, to get into this matchup.
You know what it is? It's courage, it's motivation, maybe it's renewed confidence with that belief that Glacier is going to be watching his back. Almost seemed ecstatic when he received that autograph photo.
When is Glacier coming back? We've been seeing...
I don't know, but our world is about to change again.
Well, it's not soon enough for Norman, that's for sure. And the bell sounds. And Screaming Norman. And the fans really take to Norman. Of course, the master of the wiggle and Big Ron Harris. Should be a great match, a great contrast in styles. Norman is a fine mat wrestler, and of course, Big Ron, great brawler, and the screaming of chanting Norman's name, getting fired up already. Look at Norman, what a confidence.
Well, on paper, you would think the power game, the strength of Big Ron Harris might be the difference against Screamin' Norman, but also think about this. How often has Big Ron Harris been involved in singles matchups? As we mentioned, primarily a tag team wrestler. And one other thing to think about, Tony, the fact that he's in here in a single match, I think arguably takes away that patented H-bomb, doesn't it?
Maybe they got something else up their sleeve. With Heavy D and the neck breaks looking on, Screaming Norman will hook it up. Look at this. Immediately.
Just neutralizing Big Ron Harris.
Nelson right there. And he goes for the full-on dragon twist. Very terrific mat wrestling. No question about that. Screaming Norman can do it all.
He really can. Years in Mexico with the Lucha Libre style, the submission wrestling, as you mentioned. And, of course, right at home here in WCW as well. Dropped toe hold, took him down.
Oh. And Screaming Norman, the drop kicks. Flying to the air as well, showing the great agility and a great arm drag takedown, taking Big Ron down to the mat. Obviously, with the injury to Heavy D on the outside, that neutralizes many things. If nothing else, it neutralizes the old switcheroo that they do because, obviously, you know which one is which with the neck breaks now.
That was one of their patented offensive moves.
Screaming Norman hammers on the arm. I don't know what strategy that is. Usually you take a leg and hammer a big man down, but Norman is content now with working on the arm. This basic strategy. Chip taking the man down.
Top wrist lock. Again, chest.
Not too close, though. Punches there by Big Ron.
Leaving himself wide open.
Oh, an arm drag once again to take him down.
Deep arm drag.
Under the leadership of Ric Flair that did an about face on Sunday night. That ended the career of Goldberg. Amazingly, incredibly. And what about the injury to Sid Vicious? Our best wishes to the big man. We understand today left the hospital, Methodist Hospital in Indianapolis, making his way home after that broken leg.
2.5 hours of surgery, late Sunday evening, early Monday morning. The rod put in the leg of Sid Vicious, and I guess he's going to be out some 5 to 8 months. Doctors tell us roll up out of the corner by Smiley and only a 2 count.
In a drop kick, Smiley sends him down again. Smiley has tried and been successful in keeping Big Ron on the mat, signaling out with a big wiggle. The fans erupting.
Not time yet, he said.
Not a bad move that time as Ron hit the deck. There's a plan going on outside, even though Heavy D with the neck brace cannot get involved. He's got some plan. He's got the referee.
Strategy session here from the Harrises, and you see that referee Jamie Tucker getting right in the face of Heavy D. Also lets Big Ron Harris sort of slow down the offense of Screamin' Norman and catch his breath at the same time, then comes charging across the ring with the big boot.
Running through the big boot to the face. Enough distraction on the outside by Heavy D to give Big Ron this advantage. Scoops him up. Look at the power of Big Ron Harris. Ronnie drops him down.
Side slam. Goes for the cover.
Could have it here. 1, 2. No. Norman got the left shoulder up.
Come on!
The referee floated over to make the count once again. 1, 2. Not a bad effort again.
Come
But Big
on!
Ronnie wants to win the match. You can see that with 2 efforts at the lateral press that time. So Big Ron to the attack once again. A great contrast in style.
Oh, what a short arm clothesline. Great impact.
1, 2. They're chanting Norman's name as Norman responds with a foot on the bottom rope.
Yeah, the veteran Smiley always knowing his ring positioning, able to extend the leg and stop the count. Snap suplex by Ron Harris.
Ron Harris showing us he's more than a brawler. Very fundamentally sound with that snap suplex. Nicely done by the big guy. And he'll send Norman in. Here we go with the ride. Norman attempting a sunset flip. Harris holds his ground. Too much weight. 1, 2. And he almost beat him with that one.
Good drop down move by Ron Harris. Smiley able to avoid the pinfall.
Trouble now.
Oh, with
not
a
only that,
thud.
Norman,
Did you hear that?
Norman, as you can see, hit leg first on the outside. Hopefully did not blow a wheel that time. That's Big Ron's gonna shoot him into the safety rail.
And Smiley just crumpled in a heap after colliding with that steel guardrail.
And during all that exchange, Heavy D had the attention of the referee as he had climbed up on the apron of the ring. Screaming Norman must now rebound from this. Must gather himself back up. He had some momentum going early on, keeping the big man on the mat, but now, what strategy will he employ here? Look at this, Ron letting him come back in the ring, just waiting on him. Grabs him, sends him in, Norman reverses fields on him, hit the ropes, and down goes Big Ron! Ron again!
The wiggling clotheslines.
3 in a row, and Ron Harris, scoop slam! Look at this!
Wind him up! Slam him down!
Deceptive power by the hardcore wiggler himself. Screaming Norman. Down to the
Lining
big
him
wiggle.
up, here we go!
Right on target. Short, and I mean short drop kick.
And to the point. Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Did you see that?
Wait a second. The old switcheroo can be employed.
Heavy D took the collar off. That's Heavy D in the ring. Ron Harris is on the floor.
He can't do that. He's hurt. Pick him up. 1, 2, 3.
I guess that injury probably was exaggerated.
They announced the winner as Big Ron Harris, but Heavy D won the match. Unbelievable.
I don't think the referee ever saw that switch.
No, the referee never saw it.
How would he know?
But obviously.
He said he's ready for singles competition.
Reports of the injury, like you said.
Greatly exaggerated.
Greatly exaggerated.
And look at this, Screaming Norman. Is he looking for Glacier?
You can't help him now. The old switcheroo again by the Harris brothers. Here's program note. We will have WCW Nitro this coming Tuesday. That's right, Tuesday, January 23rd for 2 hours beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We will not air on Monday because of the Pretender 2001 on our sister network TNT. Be sure to join us for Nitro on a Tuesday night. The event, of course, will originate from Winston-Salem's Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum. We'll be there on Monday the 22nd to tape that event, as well as Thunder for TBS air the following night, Wednesday, the 24th. And don't forget, we're going to be in Baltimore on Monday, January 29th. How about that? The day after the Super Bowl.
Good timing.
Wow. At the Baltimore Arena for Nitro and Thunder on Monday, January 29th. And hello to our fans in Tupelo. Monday, February 5th, the Bancorp South Center. It's Nitro and Thunder on a Monday night, February 5th in Tupelo. Also a reminder, Biloxi, Mississippi, the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Monday, February 12th, back in Biloxi for Nitro and Thunder in Mississippi and the Gulf Coast. Well, here he comes. Don't need to pat this man on the back.
Oh no, he'll take care of that himself.
Especially after what was done to Goldberg on Sunday night. Go back in your mind, and of course, the encore presentation is still available for Sin. But think about what went down, the elaborate plan by the Nature Boy Ric Flair on Sunday night.
As well as the work of the team of Totally Buff, Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell. And love them or loathe them, you do have to give them credit, Tony, for one thing. What many have tried, few, matter of fact, none were able to accomplish, but yet they did it Sunday at Sin, ending the career of Bill Goldberg in World Championship Wrestling.
Twice, and once in Mayhem and once at Starrcade, the Total Package tried to end the career of Goldberg and could not. It took an elaborate plan with this guy pretending to be a fan, a young fan, macing Goldberg. Well, fans, you need to watch it yourself, the encore presentation, and see what went down. It was a dark day in the annals of WCW, is what it was. But now, after their antics at the beginning of this telecast, the Commissioner of the Cat has booked Adams and Clark against Totally Buffed for this tag team bout. And how about what we got still to come? We've got General Rection and Chavo Guerrero Jr. on this telecast.
A matchup that I never anticipated seeing. Going to be quite a great size advantage for General Rection in this matchup against Chavo Guerrero Jr. But the heat that has built up over the course of the past couple of months, ever since Chavo went his own way, leaving the Misfits in action, it all comes to a head tonight in that one-on-one matchup.
Adams and Clark have come to the ring, and Totally Buffed is seeking refuge now here at the broadcast position.
And the team of Totally Buff, Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell, well, they've decided that they're going to come out here to the broadcast position, probably safer ground than with Chronic.
Thank you. Thank you. That meant a lot, but you wouldn't be trying to avoid Chronic now, would you?
You don't think so, do you? Couldn't possibly be.
No, of course. And who can blame them? As great as they are, as great veterans as Buff Bagwell, the Total Package are, you got to be intimidated, even for a fleeting moment, the size of Adams and the size of Brian Clark. They are awesome. And you know exactly what you're in for. No finesse about these big guys on the other side.
How patient can Chronic be? They're waiting for Totally Buff.
Fans, what we're seeing right now is the line drawn in the sand, and you're seeing it play out. You've got Adams and Clark on the side of the Commissioner of the Cat, and of course you've got some of the henchmen for Ric Flair. We're talking about the Total Package and Buff Bagwell, the men who did the ultimate deed, ending the career of Goldberg.
Quick strength there by Brian Adams, just out-muscling the Total Package, Lex Luger.
An abundance of power, power to spare with big Brian Adams. And, you know, I really think this is not a bad move for the Total Package and Buff. Stall as much as you can. Try to stay away from their strengths. Tying up with them may not be a good idea, but a knee to the solar plexus is not a bad idea at all.
Delay the inevitable, I guess, was the strategy, and possibly it worked. Got him into the trap, and a great right hand by Luger sends Brian Adams down.
We've been praising the power and the strength of Adams and Clark, but there are no slouches on the other end. Look at the Total Package. Throughout the years, he has had the greatest body, that any man could want. Look, but who has ever manhandled the total package like this?
Gorilla press slam, he's got him up.
Look at this.
Get down across the knee.
1, 2. How did Luger escape from that? Holy smokes, did you see that? Unbelievable.
That was just unreal how easily he got Luger up in the air and then pressed him above his head.
Reversal into the ropes. Hooks him up. Oh! Up
Pile driver. Could Kidman do it right here?
1, 2, and Buff makes a save. Great teamwork there by Totally Buffed.
Clark and Bagwell yet to get involved in this matchup. Surprising to see the pile driver used so early. Just changing strategy working here for Chronic. They have Totally Buff on the defensive.
Ryan Clark assaulting the total package in the corner. Amazing. When they exchange, they lose nothing. They are so equal as a team. Adams and Clark, a foot though, stop that, and here comes Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell running into a power slam. 1, 2, and no, a 2 count. Well, Buff ran at him a full blast that time, and Adams, or make it Clark, almost won the match with it. The strength, he could just, not many people can say they've manhandled Buff Bagwell like that, but obviously Brian Clark can say that, Mike.
And almost a change of heart as of late from Chronic, as we saw earlier, joining the Cat. And I wonder if it was the team of Totally Buff that really sent Chronic over to the other side, if you know what I mean.
Reversal back to the same corner now. 2 men who used to be interested, belly to back in money. Here's the rollover and the cover. No, Buff got out. In a 2 count that time. Men who used to be interested in money only now, because of the advent of Ric Flair being the boss and the battle lines being drawn in the Cat, are in it now for the glory and to help matters out as well.
Time to choose sides here in World Championship Wrestling. Ric Flair said it Monday on Nitro. Are you with him or are you against him? We'll find out. Rake of the eyes by Bagwell stops the offensive onslaught of Chronic.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what shakes down the next couple of weeks and months. Who is on whose side here? Ducking low, Brian Adams. They have made their choice. Double DDT. Double DDT.
Out of nowhere, that move by Brian Adams took down both members of Totally Buff.
Got him hooked. He could try a pile driver. Buff's neck may not be able to withstand it. And the total package ran over Adams that time.
Great teamwork. The running clothesline caught him. The spinning running neckbreaker by Bagwell. Quick cover by Luger.
1, 2, but Clark is already in the ring, and it easily makes the save now. An argument goes on between referee and Brian Clark, and Brian Adams is in harm's way in no man's land. Totally buffed, totally dominating right now and double teaming.
And how often have we seen Chronic on the receiving end of this kind of a beating since Chronic arrived on the scene in WCW, and I can tell you it's rare.
Yeah, you can count them on one finger. And now here we go, the fans getting with Brian Adams, trying to get him there to get a second win, to try to come back from this, but can he? Keep in mind, fans on the other end, Totally Buffed, one of the most dominant and right now one of the most confident teams in all of WCW. An elbow to the gut, broke loose, but Buff comes right back to the eyes, and then with a headbutt from Buff Bagwell.
And also one of the most infamous and controversial tag teams in WCW as well when you're talking about Luger and Bagwell.
Well, you know, that's really kind of been Luger's career now, hasn't it?
You're not kidding.
He has been controversial, he has been back and forth. Fans have loved him, fans have hated him, but the total package always knows whose side to be on. In other words, what side is bread and butter. And look at this.
Yeah, Brian Clark not helping out his tag team partner at all here, because behind the back of the referee, Bagwell was choking Brian Adams.
Who would have thought, and I can't get over this, fans. We talked about it Monday. We're going to talk about it, I know, forever. Who would have thought that it would have been the total package of Buff Bagwell ending the career of Goldberg? Who would have thought,
with Ric Flair.
Along with Ric Flair and the plan and that kid. But who would have ever thought Goldberg's career would ever come to an end?
Mid-ring collision, both men down. I think they hit heads.
Here you see it. Clark trying to stir the crowd up. Also trying to bring Brian Adams back to his feet. Can Adams make the tag? He's got to go across the total package or roll by him to get there. Both men up. We're going to have a tag on either end.
The renewed intensity of everyone in WCW coming to a head in this matchup. Lariats by Clark, both members of Buff are down. Scoop and a slam.
It didn't take Brian Clark long to get back the second win. Drops him down on his side. Side slam that time. Brian Clark with Luger down will go to work on Buff. And he runs over him with a flying shoulder block. That's it. They're going to end it right now. What a big win this would be. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Jarrett from the back.
Oh, no. Flair's troops. No!
Smashed the guitar across the back of Brian Clark. Meanwhile, Luger took out Adams on the floor.
He's not going to get up from that.
And they did it again.
As long as Flair's men continue to watch each other's back, it's a force that may be insurmountable here in WCW. Look at this. They can manhandle a referee. They got Flair on their side.
Wait a minute. Here comes Page.
What?
DDP just hit the ring.
Diamond Dallas Page walking right in the lion's den. One of the greatest sluggers ever. And he decked all three men. He's cleared the ring.
A prime example of how the battle lines have been drawn here in WCW.
Where did he come from? Did he come from the crowd?
Page!
Oh, wait.
Here's the boss.
Page! I'm trying to make you understand that these are special people. They are gifted athletes. They are elite. You shut up. You are a wannabe. You want to be Double J. You want to be the package. You want to be like Buff. So you know what? I sense the fact that you got a lot of energy tonight, that you're ready to go. So guess what? You got Double J in the main event. You.
Tonight, DDP and Jarrett.
Jeff. Now you can worry. Remember Sid? Remember Goldberg? Now it's going to be goodbye, DDP. Woo!
They're taking
Now,
over.
Jeff.
He's right here. DDP's got
In
Jeff
the main
Jarrett.
event, with the elite. Woo!
And they're going to try to end his career tonight.
The elite.
Team Canada right now, Professor has a kind of a new look about it.
Well, you may not like him, as you mentioned, the leader of Team Canada, Lance Storm, but you do have to be impressed with what they have accomplished in WCW. And as far as that new look you were talking about, well, check out Mike Awesome. He has that new haircut, of course, courtesy of the Filthy Animals and courtesy of Conan this past Monday on Nitro in the hair versus hair match.
I don't know why Mike Awesome is so upset. I guess he was very proud of that mullet haircut, but I think he looks pretty darn good.
That's a much better look for him.
Makes him look mature, makes him look even more rough and rugged, more the Canadian killer that he really is.
I think we're going to get serious.
If I can be serious for a minute.
Yeah, I thought so.
Good call, Professor.
The Filthy Animals think they got the last laugh when they cut Mike Awesome's hair on Nitro.
It was a
The
laugh.
fact of the matter is, we beat them at Sin, and we beat them again tonight. The war between the Animals and Team Canada is far from over, and we will have the last laugh. All rise for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Fact is, it was supposed to be Awesome on Monday against Kidman, but they pummeled Kidman, unable to compete, and it was Conan in the match.
Yes, they attacked Kidman. He was unable to come out. Conan instead competing in that matchup against Mike Awesome, defeating Mike Awesome. Have you noticed how much Mike Awesome now resembles the leader, Lance Storm?
Kind of like a jacked-up version of the leader of Team Canada, wouldn't you say?
I think that's exactly what I would say.
You can see that Kidman's ribs still take ace bandage, athletic tape around as a result of the beating he took.
Still got all of his hair.
That's right. What would you rather have, your hair or your ribs? Thanks to Conan, he's got his hair. England at the penalty box match at Sin. And we got some jawing going on right now. Look at this.
Wow.
Major Guns and Tigers, they just do not like each other.
Speaking of Sin, it's a sin to look as good as Major Guns, and check out Tigress as well.
Gorgeous women everywhere in World Championship Wrestling, and now should be a great matchup and a great contrast in styles. Kidman can go, although we're going to see how much these ribs are slowing him down. And Mike Awesome will go at it in this one-on-one matchup as the war between Team Canada and the Filthy Animals continues and rages on here on TBS, where tonight Diamond Dallas Page faces Jeff Jarrett, and it's clear cut. Flair and the Elite are looking to take out and end the career of DDP.
And also don't forget General Rection against Chavo Guerrero Jr. Great snap on that move by Kidman. Standing drop kick sends Awesome down.
A match that's been brewing for weeks. This haircut all came about when Mike Awesome on Sunday night at Sin in Indianapolis tried to cut the hair of Kidman. Kidman now from the apron.
Look at that shooting star press off the apron by Kidman. But I think he hurt his ribs when he made contact with Awesome.
That was a mistake. I guess Kidman thought the ribs were healed enough to do it. He sucks up the pain, shuts out the pain, goes back to the attack again.
Slingshot into the guillotine leg drop, hook of the leg.
Only a 1 count, and the big guy kicks out in style on that one. A lot of reserve left in the Canadian Killer.
Oh, right back to work on the injured ribs of Kidman. Now Awesome showing the power and strength advantage that he has. Front suplex, abusing the ribs, hanging him out to dry across the top rope.
The Canadian Killer goes back to work. And that's what he is. He's the killer of the group. There is no question about that.
Oh, he's just punishing him, taking out the frustrations after what went down Monday on Nitro when he received the Filthy Animals haircut, sends him up.
Oh! He is homing in on the ribcage. No question, another one. High impact. Big splash from the ropes. And he couldn't keep him down. Lance Storm at the far end thought the match was over. And I think for Mike Awesome, that's fine with him. He wants to inflict more damage on Kidman. He's doing just that. He's got a 2. And Kidman rises up one more time.
I think you're right. Dropped down with the elbow. Didn't have great weight positioning when he went for the pin. He may just want to punish Kidman even more.
With the weight advantage, each and every one of his blows, more velocity, more power behind it, and Kidman must...
Another mugging here from Team Canada.
I want to tell you right now, if Kidman thought he was healed, that all changed right there. Conan over, but the damage has been done, fans. Kidman, can he battle back from this? Right now, it's got to be a mental game for Kidman. Kidman has to shut out the pain if he can. Oh, no! He's breaking him up, Mike. He's breaking the young man up.
Totally focusing, totally directing the offensive attack on those injured ribs. And now just toying with Kidman, who's in severe trouble.
Oh,
look
again.
at that move.
Again, that time the knees landed. 1, 2. Kidman
barely got his foot on the ropes.
Amazing that he still wants to be in this. That big splash, he overshot the man, but dug the knees down into the injured rib cage. How much can Billy Kidman take?
Not much more of this. Not from the Canadian Killer, Mike Awesome.
Pushing himself to the very edge of human endurance right now is what he's doing. Shutting out the pain if he can, if he can even move. And you can see the smug look on the face of the Canadian Killer right now.
Headed to the top rope. Look how far Kidman's away.
More than halfway across the ring. Look at the big man, the heavyweight that can fly like a cruiserweight.
He goes!
Now
He missed him! Frog splash did not connect. That would have ended the match for sure.
Cost himself that time, Mike, today, taking too much time from point A to point B.
That's why they call it high risk, and now the window is open. The opportunity is there. Can Kidman capitalize?
Kidman lured him into it. Amazing. Kidman with all that agility and still some power reserve left. Kidman, what is he working on? Where's it coming from? Billy Kidman.
Corner mount, raining down those punches. Roll up by Kidman.
1, 2, and he... Boy, too much power in the legs that time of Mike Awesome to kick out.
Too much strength, too much reserve left here. Dropped him face first right into the top turnbuckle.
Face first, throat first. The referee momentarily checked in. He's going up again, and this. And again, Kidman is more than halfway across, but he's up. And that time, Awesome wasted no time getting back down to point B. And here is 1, 2, and
folded him up with that lariat off the top, and somehow, amazingly, Kidman got the shoulder up. There's just no quitting Kidman.
what a great matchup, and the fans are into this one. You are seeing the war between Team Canada and the Filth. Oh no! If this is an awesome bomb, it's gonna break him in half. Look at this. Kidman
shrugged him off.
Fighting for his life, into the gut. Kidman rides him down with a bulldog. Kidman can win this darn thing. 1, 2, and no.
Oh, so close that time to getting another victory for the Filthy Animals.
Kidman, a reserve, a heart, a soul from seemingly nowhere. Pulls it out again. One gut shot. He's gonna do it again. Kidman fights him again in a face jam. Just sitting down on the mat.
Another great counter by Kidman.
What's he gonna try to?
But shooting star press again. He's motioning to the crowd. He did it once off the ring apron. Can he hit it off the top?
He can't do it. He can't survive it.
Oh, he cut him off.
Iden, and now to the backside that time, to the ribs. On the back, the floating ribs. He's got him hooked. He is manhandling. Oh, a drop. Look at the power of Mike Awesome. Oh, no. Oh,
there's a running Awesome bomb.
Oh, that 1, 2, 3. Whoa. I want to tell you, that was a fight. And Mike Awesome wins the thing. And now the Filthy Animals got nailed on the way in by Team Canada.
Whoa, got the scissors.
Oh, no, some revenge. They're gonna cut
Kidman's hair.
That's what they tried to do. Here comes Ray, and here comes Conan. They tried to send them out. Oh, Conan's got a hair full of
Major Guns. They're gonna cut Major Guns' hair. No.
Oh, the referee Scott James stopped that. As Kidman is out. And
maybe it's better that he didn't kick out, Tony. How much more punishment can one man absorb?
He almost lost his hair, but I'm not so sure how much of his rib cage he lost. But there's a lot of soul, and a lot of heart, and a lot of fight in Kidman once he heals. What a battle. Kidman is on his feet, and that's the story in itself. This is going to be a great matchup. Not only because we have two first-rate athletes, two champions in their own right, but because of the story behind the match, Mike.
Well, so many weeks of frustration, so many weeks of bad feelings between these former mates in the Misfits in Action. Chavo Guerrero Jr., the reigning WCW World's Cruiserweight Champion, headed to the ring, and tonight here on Thunder, he will face the leader, his former leader in the Misfits, General Rection, and especially after what went down this past Monday on Nitro, the bad blood has just risen again between these two, and the size difference in this matchup, it's going to be something interesting. We just saw a great matchup, though, before with Kidman and Awesome. We expect much of the same here.
This is what you call, Mike, an old-fashioned grudge match. Remember the years you used to go to the Olympic Auditorium and watch wrestling in LA, and you wanted to see those good old-fashioned grudge matches?
You're not kidding, I remember that.
You're going to see one right now.
Strap on your seatbelts. Here we go.
General Rection is going to disrobe right there.
Let's get ready for war. Here comes the General against the former Lieutenant Loco.
Under 235 pounds opposed to 3 1/4. The great cruiserweight, the champion, who smartly is staying away from General Rection at 3 1/4. He's saying, come on, big mouth, get in here. We're taking Thunder to the next level. I want you to be a part of it. Log on now and be a part of Enhanced TBS on tbssuperstation.com. Tune in, log on, interact. It's just like being there. And you would not want to be here between General Rection and Chavo Jr. And Chavo now saying, keep him back, I'm going to leave.
Probably a smart offense here by Chavo, trying to slow him down. All that emotion, all that anger between these two coming to a head, of course. Dude, what a back elbow.
With purpose, and now just scrambling for his life, Chavo Jr.
It's a great way to put it.
What that was a message.
Maybe a wake-up call?
Yes, it was. It was also called Running for Your Life by Chavo Jr. Look at the face. Now, Mike, you conducted the interview on Monday night after Chavo Jr. came in and Pearl Harbored, if I can use that old well-worn term, his mentor at one time, General Rection. I've never seen General Rection humorous in that mindset.
Of course, Chavo cost General Rection, Hugh Morris, the U.S. title. General Rection on the verge of winning that title Monday when the interference by Chavo, and then the intensity in that interview was unlike anything I've ever seen from almost anyone here. WCW turned him around, spun him around, laid him out with the lariat.
Total impact is what that was. We've seen a back elbow and a lariat, and now a whip to the mat with purpose. Each and every blow by General Rection is with ultimate authority. Into the ropes goes Chavo. Up he goes for the ride. The Gorilla Press Slam. Look at this. Oh, he's got something left. Chavo, nice move to climb down the back, but look, it's 325 pounds, and yes, there is an advantage when you outweigh your opponent by 110 pounds or so.
I wonder if General Rection ever thought it would come to this against his former misfit mate. I'm guessing that he probably hoped that it wouldn't, but it has, and this is the matchup.
Chavo is the one that brought it about, and he even rubbed it even further. Set the stakes even higher when he tried to befriend the man before turning on him on Monday night.
Yeah, but we all know what it's about. It's that change in attitude, and what does Chavo say? That saying, by any means necessary. It's really what it boils down to.
Well, you got to give him credit. He has been successful since breaking off on his own. He is the WCW Cruiserweight Champion.
See if the strength of General Rection, see if he's able to get Chavo up into the air, and he is.
Flair, look at the strength of this big man, General Rection. That's not only strength, that's intensity, that's determination, that's anger that brought Chavo up. And power as well from the big man, Hugh Morris. General Rection, if you will, a man who has been a great performer in WCW. Caught him in midair, amazing. Look at the face of Chavo. Oh!
I was just gonna say he better rethink his game plan when he caught him with the DDT out of nowhere.
2, and no. Mike, there is a story. He even touched on in the interview that you conducted with him on Monday, and that is the history of concussions for General Rection.
And we saw there with that move the concussive impact off that DDT, and that's something that Chavo is well aware of. But you're right, he does have a history of concussions, and it's something that General Rection and everyone has to be concerned about.
On Monday, Ric Flair confronted Chavo, had him in his office, told Chavo he wanted him to be a part of his team, and Chavo had to think it over for a little bit. And then Chavo came out, obviously trying to impress Flair, one would think, when he helped Shane Douglas retain the U.S. heavyweight title.
There's a lot of people around here that are trying to impress Ric Flair to become a part of that Team Flair group, his WCW as he calls it, and that's the kind of offense that Chavo Jr. needs against the much bigger General Rection. Take him down to the mat.
Did you ever think Chavo would stoop so low? And now Chavo using the tactics that he knows best, fans. The hit and run, sliding under, using the quickness, the drop kick, where was it? On the knee. Both knees heavily braced, as you can see. He's taken General Rection down, and this is where it can be a level playing field between Chavo and Hugh Morris.
Of course, if Chavo could score a victory here against General Rection, I'm certain that that would impress the boss, Ric Flair. Both of these individuals so familiar with each other's game plans, with each other's offensive moves. I think the person that's going to be successful in the end is the one that maybe is able to improvise a little bit and catch his opponent off guard as Chavo, again, continues to work on the knee.
Well, Mike and fans, think about this as he goes to the knee once again. Maybe he impressed the boss already by turning on Hugh Morris, turning on General Rection, if you will, and causing him not to get the U.S. title back on Monday night. Maybe that's all he needed.
And nothing would impress him more than scoring a win and maybe move Chavo up to that next level.
A lot of times with Flair, it's not how you can win or lose in the ring, it's how low you go to get there.
Sturdiest player in the game.
We should have seen it coming. You know what?
I never did.
Neither did I. And Chavo now posturing to the fans, a smattering of boos, and look at this. Not only does he cover it, but we've seen this so many times, driving the bone of the wrist down across the jawbone. It's bone on bone. It's so painful in that pinning combination there. Again, he picks the big man up. And that chop, I don't know how much of effect it had, but the fact is, it had none. It had no effect at all.
The man who is driven by emotion, General Rection. Back on the offense, the knife edge chops in the corner. Oh, that one hurt.
And that's how you do it right there. General Rection, there is no pain too big, there is no pain too crippling to keep the man out. Bad knees, history of concussions, oh my goodness, that may have stopped him cold. all throughout his career, but he keeps coming back and firing back. Adrenaline.
As we pointed out earlier, Chavo knows all of General Rection's weaknesses, and he's taking advantage of them here. Stakes out the leg, working on that previously injured knee.
It's a very sound strategy. Oh, 2 count. Fact is, General Rection is one big walking wound. He's one injury. Had his forehead opened up on Sunday night, the concussions, the knees, but true great winners, champions battle through this. Winners, top superstars, find a way to win a match. And that's been the hallmark of General Rection's career. And we're not selling Chavo short. He is a champion right now. And right now, Mike, he has a very, very solid game plan.
Well, Chavo has impressed us as being the complete wrestler here in WCW. He proved it again Sunday when he kept that cruiserweight title. The only thing, well, the disadvantage here is the weight. That big advantage that General Rection has, and he just used his power, his strength of his legs to send Chavo up and over and down to the floor.
And here he comes again. The General does not know the term retreat. He only knows attack. Straight ahead. Chavo goes in now to the safety rail.
Momentum has definitely shifted in this matchup. It's on the side of General Rection as he tries to put away Chavo Jr., clubbing blows to the chest.
He wants to pummel Chavo, and that's what he's doing. I don't think General Rection in a 3 count. He swatted that drop kick away. Swatted the drop kick away like a fly. Wow.
Now sends him back in. Can the big man, General Rection, follow up this advantage? I think he's got Chavo now where he wants him.
Sends him into the rope. Chavo hits the ropes and up he goes and down he goes. Whoa. Chavo comes up in a heap, and General Rection back to the point of attack. The solar plexus once again. General Rection looks around. You can see the determination on his face. Picks him up. Oh! Sit-out powerbomb time. But once again, he does not try and pin. He wants to do it all here, Mike.
Is he going to go to the top? Whoa!
What do we got here?
Sergeant AWOL of the Misfits in action. I guess out here to cheer on General Rection.
Rallying behind the
moral
General.
Support.
We saw it earlier. He's saying, get him. There you go.
Put him away, he said.
Sergeant A. Wait a minute. What the world is he doing? Look at the face. Look at that shot of the face.
Oh, the choke slam back into the ring.
Oh, no. He turned on the heart and soul of WCW. It's
and he beat him. Chavo Guerrero has just defeated General Rection with an incredible assist from Sergeant AWOL, and I never saw that one coming either.
I never thought it would happen. Corporal Cajun has come in as we're having a standoff.
This is what it's about.
Right here.
Right here.
This is what's about. Unity.
I guess
Unity.
the Sarge has chosen sides. Unbelievable. Look at this.
That's a disgusting turn of events what we saw outside Sergeant AWOL, turning your back on General Rection and the entire Misfits.
Scott Hudson, MIA, down to a deuce. This man, Chavo, out of the kindness of his heart, tried to talk to Lash, tried to talk to Hugh, but they didn't listen. But I did. He tried to preach, preach, preach. But while he was preaching, he was doing. The preaching is over. It's time for the doing. You want proof? Try me. Try us. Come on, brother.
A mind-blowing turn of events here on Thunder. Sergeant AWOL turning his back on General Rection, joining up with Chavo Jr.
Thanks a lot, Scott. And I agree with Scott. I mean, how much more Hugh Morris has been a leader, General Rection. As you hear Jeff Jarrett's music, you can dress yourself up just like Jeff Jarrett if you so desire by getting your own Choke on That Slapnut t-shirt. WCWgear.com, 1-800-929-8661 is the phone number. I cannot believe what these guys, who are good kids, we've always liked Sergeant AWOL. We've always liked Chavo Guerrero Jr. We've always thought they're great kids, they're great up-and-coming stars. But why would they turn their back on a man who is a man's man, who is a great person like General Rection. Why, Mike?
Well, the battle lines are being drawn in WCW and maybe also within the ranks of the Misfits in action as we've seen that split. And yes, it was this past Sunday at Sin when the Chosen One, Jeff Jarrett, was a part of that four-way matchup for the World's Heavyweight title. Of course, Road Warrior Animal revealed as Ric Flair's mystery man. But Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, is still the WCW World's Heavyweight Champion. Of course, that matchup as well had that horrific injury to Sid
Hoosier
Vicious.
nuts.
Hoosier nuts?
And especially you, DDP.
Oh, we're in Indiana.
The Chosen One has a few things to clear up. You know what it means to be outnumbered? That's when there's more of us than there are you. Kind of like tonight, Paige.
That's back to basics.
Do you know what it means to be outsmarted? That's when our plan works and yours doesn't. Kind of like tonight, Paige. Well, do you know what it means to be outperformed? Why don't you come on down here and let the Chosen One chalk up another victory and show you. So choke on that, you string bean slap nut.
So there it is. Jarrett never lost for words. Always wants to get in the final verdict, but will it go down tonight? Here comes Diamond Dallas Page walking into the Lion's Den. This coming Friday, tickets go on sale for the Sunday, February 11th event at the Riverside Centroplex in Baton Rouge. Get your tickets when they go on sale this Friday. And this coming Saturday, tickets go on sale for Super Brawl Revenge. Super Brawl will be held Sunday, February 18th, Nashville's Municipal Auditorium. And you can meet that man right there, Diamond Dallas Page, at Tower Records, the Opry Mills location, from 5 to 7 p.m. this coming Saturday when tickets go on sale. I want to tell you, oh, listen to that. If Super Brawl Revenge is anything like Sin, we don't know what to expect. Anybody could show up, anything could happen. I want to tell you, you may not like what went down on Sunday, but what an intriguing way to begin the 2001 pay-per-view calendar.
I think it's going to be the trademark of the new era in World Championship Wrestling, and here comes DDP to the ring.
In his own way. He's always been a man of the people. He comes to the ring. Jeff Jarrett smartly goes out.
Jarrett, Chosen One, you think you're all that? Why don't you come in and prove it, slap nuts?
There you go. Jarrett comes in, and here we go. Ducking DDP, right hand. One of the greatest hitters ever. Spins and takes him down.
Spinning discus lariat took him down, and there's the clothesline that's sending him up and over, down to the floor.
And he's gonna fall out with him. You know what that means? Oh, they're gonna go back inside. I was getting ready to say, run for the hills, announce team. And maybe run for the hills Page. Not a good idea at all there, Mike.
Quick opening here for Jarrett, taking advantage of it, putting the boots to DDP.
Diamond Dallas Page, he and Kevin Nash, the insider, have drawn that battle line. They are on the front line against Ric Flair and the Elite. And it's a battle that's going to rage on through and through for the next couple of months, for who knows how long in WCW. Page, with determination that we've seen, the hallmark of his career, grabs Jeff Jarrett between the legs. He's got him up and down. Sit out powerbomb. 1, 2, could it be it? No! Wow, Jeff Jarrett, in the blink of an eye, almost ended it.
They're taking sides here in WCW.
No.
That back mule kick by Jeff Jarrett was low, but it took down DDP. Right now, the balance of power has to be with Ric Flair and his group in WCW. They have the World's Heavyweight title belt with Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. Jeff Jarrett, of course, this matchup made earlier tonight. Jarrett and DDP by the boss, Ric Flair. Jarrett off the top, hit the crossbody.
Turn him over, 1, 2, no! This war that we have seen, this battle not only of, Enziguri kick in the back of the neck. This battle we have seen not only a battle of men, of wills, of strengths, it's a battle of philosophies in WCW. What is right, what is wrong? Fans will debate that for months, for years, but the wars are played out here in the ring each and every week on Thunder and on Monday Nitro as well, which of course this week, coming week, will be on Tuesday.
Jarrett just measuring DDP, running across the ring, catching him right in the ribs with the boot.
As far as history is concerned, one thing we know, history in WCW is always written by the winners. And that's why the stakes are so high. It's a combination of egos. It's a combination of pride. Obviously, a combination as well of financial gain. But whatever it is that pushes these great athletes to the end each and every week. Look at this. Jeff Jarrett across the back of Diamond Dallas Page.
And when you're talking about that war, you know that Ric Flair's troops have been so well organized. I mean, they had to just to accomplish what they did Sunday at Sin, Monday at Nitro, and tonight here on Thunder.
They were organized enough on Monday to keep Kevin Nash from winning the world title. And now Jarrett trying the old balancing act here. Oh, good maneuver by Jeff Jarrett, showing great balance. 1, 2, Page flips him over. 1, 2 on the other end, and no, a 2 count. Ow. Page turned, and Jarrett still knocked him down. 1, 2, and wow.
Jarrett so quick to get to his feet, connect with that clothesline. DDP, though, able to dig down, able to avoid that pin, got the shoulder up.
History of injuries throughout his career, bad knees, bad ribs. Diamond Dallas Page has been a fighter, both in and out of the ring. His story is truly remarkable. It plays out each and every week here on our television programs with reckless abandon. He connects now, unfortunately, with the point of the elbow of Jeff Jarrett.
Stopped him right in his tracks, sent DDP down.
There you see bleeding from the lips, cut his lip maybe on that last exchange to Jarrett. That does not stop him. Jarrett always has a blow or two for his opponent and an unkind word for a fan, and there is the sleeper hold. Jeff Jarrett. Good wide vertical base.
Page trying to fight it off, however.
Good positioning behind Diamond Dallas Page. Sometime, Mike, the more you fight, the worse it is.
And Jarrett has it cinched in perfectly. Page trying to fight back with elbows. Finally able to break it and send him to the ropes.
Page just willed himself out of that. Got it again. Look at the eyes of Jarrett, the determination in Jarrett's eyes. Look at Diamond Dallas Page reach and claw and grab for thin air.
But check out the legs of DDP. He's getting weaker. Jarrett's going to try and take him down. He's got him down to 1 knee now.
Fans, can Diamond Dallas Page battle through this? He has battled through so much throughout his career. Remember, it was clear cut. They're trying to end his career, and he may put him out right now. His eyes are open. Page, I guess his only now defense would be to try to scooch or climb or scratch or crawl to the bottom rope here somewhere. Can he do it?
Jarrett's got the sleeper cinched in. There's still life left in Page. You saw the legs kicking.
He's fighting his way back up. This is desperation. This is willpower. This is heart. Diamond Dallas Page from the dead.
DDP digging down deep. Can he do it?
No!
Took him back down again.
Oh. Boy, the fans are with him, and it seems, well, it doesn't seem, it's a fact. 1, 2! It's a fact that the more the fans chant his name, his initials, the more they call out, the more he comes back to life. Oh, Diamond Dallas Page, amazing.
Jarrett cinching in that sleeper with everything that he has. DDP also trying to get enough strength, trying to go to the reserve. Is there anything left in DDP's tank at this point?
Vince Lombardi once said, fatigue makes cowards of us all. There is no coward in this ring, although there's a man who is well fatigued. And you are seeing the bravery come back.
It's gut check time for Diamond Dallas Page. He's trying to fight off this sleeper, and he's up to a knee. He's back up to his feet.
The former world champion has come out of the grave again. He sends him in. He's got one on Jarrett. At least he's trying. Down he goes. It was almost like a reverse neck breaker, or almost a version of a diamond cutter. He grabbed him by the head and slung him to the mat.
It was a desperation move, but it worked. It paid off. Now both men are down, and referee Silverman puts in the count.
Oh, who is going to get up from this one? Halfway there to that mandatory 10 count. Jarrett's eyes are open. Diamond Dallas Page begins to move. Diamond Dallas Page is up. He's going to try to make a cover. 1, it's 2, and it's a... Oh, so close. And Jarrett had an 8 count that time to get that shoulder up, basically, from a 5 and then a cover. Diamond Dallas Page, a right cross, staggers Jarrett. Jarrett hits the ropes. He's got him up. He nails it. 1, 2, and 3.
No. Oh, no, only 2. He did get the shoulder up.
2. Oh, I thought it was 3. Oh. You are
Look
seeing
at DDP in the background, headed to the top.
He didn't stop for a second. You're seeing two men will themselves to the next point. Beyond the drive of human endurance. Page is up.
Here it is. Turned him inside out with the top rope lariat. Can he hit the diamond cutter? No, he shrugged him off.
It was a great move. Well scouted. No. Page ducked, nailed him. Here come the troops. The elite comes out, led by the world champion. There's Animal, Road Warrior Animal. Here comes Totally Buffed. It is now 5-on-1.
This is Ric Flair's WCW. The boss, the CEO, has sent out the troops to attack Page.
No one is safe when Flair's in charge. Here comes the cavalry, led by Nash, Chronic.
The cat as well. Rick Steiner.
Rick Steiner's going to get his brother's troops. Look at this.
You talked about the battle lines being drawn. Then this is it.
They won't stop until someone dies.